Coming up tonight on Middle Tennessee News. Details on the new virtual learning program from Rutherford County Schools, Comic Book Day is coming to Middle Tennessee, and new evidence revealed in a death row case. We'll have the judge's decision and more details next.
All those stories plus your local weather and sports, Middle Tennessee News starts right now.
Good evening, I'm Noah Brady.
And I'm Christy Jones. Welcome to Middle Tennessee News. Smyrna Police Department announced a road closure that will remain in effect for the most of the summer. A portion of Blair Road from Sam Ridley Parkway to the Laverne city limits will be completely closed off from April 18th to June 15th. The project will completely reconstruct the roadways for the High Point 24 development. If Blair Road in Smyrna is part of your regular commute, go ahead and add the extra couple of minutes to your route on the front end before getting stuck on Sam Ridley multiple times in the same trip.
The Murfreesboro Police Department is on the hunt for a suspect. The person of interest is linked to several car burglaries in the area. The suspect was seen using a debit card that belonged to one of the victims of the crimes. This sighting was made at 2 Kroger stores in Hendersonville. From this, authorities have been able to provide photos of the suspect. One identifiable trait is a unique tattoo located on the right hand. This anonymous man was seen driving a gray SUV, and if you have any information about the suspect's identity or whereabouts, please contact Detective Harris with the MPD.
Tennessee's work on the state unemployment rate is paying off. According to the Department of Labor and Workforce Development, unemployment has reached 3.2%, a historic low for the volunteer state. This achievement comes after a record-breaking high. Unemployment was at 15.9% not long ago, yet in just 23 months, Tennessee has reversed that and then some. Employers added nearly 125,000 jobs over the course of the last year. County-based unemployment data will be released to the public this Thursday, April 21st.
That's great news, Christy. Governor Bill Lee's proposal to change the way Tennessee funds education received a large support over the last week. 72 partnered organizations stepped forward to support Tennessee's investment in student achievement, or TISA. These organizations included the NAACP, Stand for Children, and the Tennessee Disability Coalition. They call Lee's formula a marked improvement over the current funding plan. Legislators are near the end of their 2022 session and plan to vote on Lee's proposal within the coming week.
New DNA evidence of an unknown person has been found in the case of a death row inmate. Oscar Smith was convicted of killing his wife and her 2 children in 1989. At the time of Smith's conviction, the evidence that led to his guilty verdict was overwhelming. Now that the new evidence has been found, Smith has appealed for a stay of execution for his sentence due this Thursday. An appellate court judge finds that the new evidence is not enough to reopen Smith's case. The judge states that there is still too much evidence against Smith that proves his guilt. Smith's execution is still set for the 21st of this month.
MTSU students are volunteering Friday, April 22nd to raise awareness about child abuse. Students of Rebecca Oldham's Violence in the Family course will be walking or volunteering at the annual Hometown Heroes Walk for Children. Oldham is encouraging her students to engage in the opportunity alongside their media analysis projects in which they assess violent messages present in pop culture today. The event will be taking place at noon April 29th and will be the 7th annual walk. The 2.3-mile walk has grossed over 400 participants in years past, and support for the cause is more dire than ever due to child abuse statistics increasing since the pandemic started. Whether it's parking cars, registering participants, distributing T-shirts, or staffing water stations, there are plenty of volunteer positions to be filled for this Friday's event.
Tax season is coming to a close, but the IRS is giving an extension to residents with extenuating circumstances. Bouts of severe weather last year have impacted local taxpayers' ability to file on time. May 16th is the new deadline given by the IRS. Eligible counties include Cheatham, Davidson, Decatur, and more. People in the affected areas may also be able to waive fees and costs related to previous returns. If you or someone you know is not located within the designated areas and has been impacted by weather disasters, individuals can call the IRS Disaster Hotline to request an extension.
And now Isabella Gutierrez joins us with our first look at the weather.
The sunshine is coming out today across all of Middle Tennessee. It's a little chilly outside with the high in Murfreesboro and Shelbyville being 61 degrees with partly sunny skies. In Murfreesboro and across the Cumberland Plateau, there is a possibility of patchy frost late this evening and until the early morning. There was a 20% chance of rainfall in both areas that you could have felt walking into work this morning. The rainfall cleared up by 9 a.m. so you could enjoy the rest of your day. McMinnville had a high of 60 degrees with a 30% chance of rain this morning before 7 a.m. The high in Manchester and Mount Juliet is 59 degrees with partly sunny skies. There's decreasing clouds in Woodbury with a high of 58. Stay tuned for tonight's forecast.
Thanks, Izzy. I'm looking forward to it. And still ahead on Middle Tennessee News, the Tennessee Department of Agriculture is accepting tree planting proposals, how incoming graduate students touring Blue Raider Nation will be riding in style, and get your heroic alter egos ready for Free Comic Book Day. All that and more coming up next on Middle Tennessee News.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Middle Tennessee News. Well, if you like DC or Marvel, no matter which one you prefer, Free Comic Book Day is the day for you. Brianna Sanders joins us with more information about the Free Comic Book Day.
Listen up, comic book fans. Your day is right around the corner. Free Comic Book Day is a day where you can stop by your local comic book shop to get, well, free comics. Whether you're a DC or Marvel fan, Outer Limits Borough is your one-stop shop for all things comics and pop culture.
So on top of the free comics, we're going to have a crazy huge sale that we do every year. Haven't released that information yet, but we will here next week or so. We've got 3 comic artists that will be here as well, doing signatures and remarks and just simple meet and greet. So that'll be fun.
Free Comic Book Day has many titles to choose from, so no matter what you're interested in, there's something for everyone. Some titles this year include Doctor Who, Stranger Things, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Spider-Man and Venom. The best part? No purchase is necessary.
You can stop by and pick up. No purchase is necessary. We will limit you to usually like one of the titles per person, so you can get one of each, but can't come in and grab armfuls. But no purchase is necessary.
But it's not just the free comics that make Free Comic Book Day so special, it is also the community.
I mean, we see a ton of people every year when our door opens. We've got a line waiting to get in. So, you know, we've always got a ton of kids that are excited to get comics, and their parents are excited. The community's great, and then Diamond making it possible to give away free books is also really cool. So.
Free Comic Book Day will be returning to its usual first Saturday in May date this year. From Middle Tennessee, Brianna Sanders.
Thanks, Brianna. Make sure to visit your local comic book shops on May 7th to get your free comics. Multiple MTSU organizations look to help execute a federal grant to study LGBTQ+ history. The Center for Historic Preservation and the Albert Gore Research Center will be key in the effort and will partner with other organizations in Middle Tennessee in implementing the $25,000 grant. Nashville Queer History is a group that researches and shares information regarding the community's history in Nashville and in the Middle Tennessee region. The grant was awarded by the National Trust for Historic Preservation to Nashville Sites and to Nashville Queer History.
The Tennessee Department of Agriculture is accepting proposals to fund urban tree planting projects. The Tennessee Agricultural Enhancement Program Community Tree Planting Program offers a cost-sharing effort for tree planting in specific areas such as public property, private nonprofit land with public access, and riparian areas on private property. Participants will receive funding covering half of the expenses of approved efforts and will be required to use Tennessee-grown trees. Proposals can be submitted by emailing forestry.nashville@tn.gov by Monday, June 3rd.
The Murfreesboro Police Department will host a new summer camp for local youth. The Junior Officers Summer Camp is for children ages 8 to 12 and gives them the opportunity to befriend and learn from officers in the community. The officers will teach the children valuable information and safety tips for the internet, bicycling, self-defense, and more, in addition to plenty of fun and games. The week-long camp will be held at 4 Murfreesboro elementary schools on 4 dates throughout June and July. For more information on the camp, visit murfreesborotn.gov.
The Tennessee Senate voted in favor of sending a proposal to Governor Lee that would issue the homeless with felony charges for sleeping in the wrong place. This proposal includes public places such as campgrounds, parks, and around interstates or highways. Those in favor of the bill say that it will clean up the city, while those opposed argue that the proposal makes it more difficult for people to rise out of poverty. Shelters are open to help if you or somebody you know needs help at the Homeless Shelter Directory.org.
And if you're an MTSU student in undergrad looking to further your academic career, stay tuned for this one. The Graduate Studies program at MTSU continues its strong recruiting efforts to attract more students by launching a new innovative touring option. Now at MTSU, graduate students will not merely tour campus on foot, but instead tours will be conducted by golf carts for students further pursuing their academic careers. Graduate student staff man the tours, which began early this spring. Sherry Fuller, the office coordinator for Graduate Studies, stated that if someone is interested in a tour, we not only accommodate their schedule, we want the tour to feel special and personalized to them. The staff hopes that this initiative for future tours will cater to hopeful students while simultaneously showing off the campus, staff, and community. If you're interested in MTSU's Graduate Studies program, MTSU is still accepting applications for the fall for many of its graduate programs.
Rutherford County Schools is offering virtual school for this coming year. Rutherford County Virtual School is a tuition-free public virtual school for 3rd grade through 12th grade. With RCVS, students have a much more flexible schedule with their school schedules, and they also have a mixture of different class formats. If you are interested in applying, the application forms are open until April 29th.
Izzy joins us now with an extended look of tonight's forecast.
As some cloud coverage is moving in tonight, temperatures are dipping down to the 30s. Murfreesboro, McMinnville, and Shelbyville, and Manchester, all of these cities have a low of 35 degrees tonight. Mount Juliet has a little bit of a warmer low at 36 degrees. The humidity is 87% today as the rainfall hits the ground this morning. Stay tuned after the break for the rest of this week's full forecast to see when temperatures are heating up. Back to you, Noah.
Still ahead on Middle Tennessee News, we'll see if Middle Tennessee has seen the last of the winter weather in Izzy's extended forecast, and Nate Kinma is over in the MTN Sports Den for your Blue Raider Midweek Sports Report. Stay tuned for that and more on Middle Tennessee News.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Isabella Gutierrez joins us once again with the full weather report.
While I was waiting in line this morning for my Jack Harlow tickets, I felt a few raindrops that luckily cleared up fast. We were able to see some sunshine come out today after our beautiful Easter weekend. The high today is 61 degrees with calm winds. Tonight the lows will dip down to the 30s with cloud coverage coming in. The low tonight is 35 degrees. Tuesday the sun is sticking around with the same high as Monday. Staying at 61 degrees, a light jacket would be perfect to wear while stepping outside. Tuesday night the skies are mostly clear with a low of 38 degrees. Wednesday, the temperatures are heating up to the 70s. That high Wednesday is 72 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Wednesday night, the low is 52 degrees with partly cloudy skies as well. There's a 20% chance of showers that night, so be prepared for a light sprinkle. Thursday, we will continue to feel those summer temperatures as the highs are increasing. The high Thursday is 78 degrees with partly sunny skies. There's a 20% chance of showers and staying present for the night before, so have an umbrella packed for some potential rainfall. Thursday night, the low is dropping down to the 50s. With some light cloud coverage, the low is 57 degrees. Friday, the sun will continue to shine with the high reaching 82 degrees. This is a perfect day to spend outdoors with your friends and celebrate some nice completion of another work week. Friday night, the low is 58 degrees with some light cloud coverage. With the sun shining bright most of the days this week, soak in the rays and enjoy the gorgeous weather. Back to you, Noah.
Thank you so much, Izzy. When we come back, Nate Kinma is over in the MTN Sports Den. He'll have your full sports report after the break, so stick around because he's sure to hit it out of the park.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Or maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Welcome back to Middle Tennessee News, and welcome to the MTN Sports Den. I'm Nate Kinma, and if you've got friends in low places and you love sports, you are in the right spot. Ahead of Friday night's concert in Nashville, Garth Brooks made a quick stop at MTSU. Brooks, an MTSU alum and free safety for the Tennessee Titans, Kevin Byard came to campus to talk to student athletes on behalf of Brooks' teammates for Kids Foundation. Brooks also met with senior advisor of the Charlie and Hazel Daniels Veterans Center, retired Army three-star Lieutenant General Keith Huber, to learn about MTSU veterans programs and to honor Charlie Daniels. He was even presented with a personalized football jersey. Brooks had to cancel his last concert in Nashville due to weather and just rescheduled 2 more in the city to make up for it. The first one being last Friday. MTSU President Sidney McPhee has been elected as an NCAA representative once again. President McPhee will represent the Division I Board of Directors through August 2024. This is his 3rd time on the board, with previous terms dating back to 2003 and 2010. The Board of Directors has duties such as strategic topics in college sports and annual budgeting. The board also plans events for the association. President McPhee feels honored to be elected a 3rd term and says it's an even greater honor to represent Conference USA. MTSU men's tennis split their last 2 regular season matches on the season. The Blue Raiders took it on number 49 ranked Tulsa and Wichita State in Kansas this weekend. MTSU broke their 17-game win streak when they fell to number 49 Tulsa in a 4-2 loss. The Raiders quickly bounced back as they defeated the Shockers of Wichita State 5-0 shortly after. MTSU, now 24-4, needs 1 more win to set the record for most wins in a single season in program history. The record can be accomplished next week in Norfolk, Virginia at the CUSA tournament. The Blue Raiders women's tennis team suffered a tough loss to UAB on Senior Day. Saturday at the Adams Tennis Complex, a 4-3 loss put a damper on Senior Day celebrations, but a shift in focus gives life to the Raiders' spirits. MTSU has a week to get ready for the 2022 CUSA Women's Tennis Tournament that the Raiders are hosting right here in Murfreesboro. This will be the first time since 2019 that Middle Tennessee has hosted the tournament. The brackets will be released on Monday, so be sure to check back right here for more information on Monday night. MT Baseball seized another CUSA sweep this past weekend, this time over the Charlotte 49ers. It was an eventful series that included a walk-off win in Game 1, a tough loss in Game 2, and to cap it all off, a strong offensive attack in Game 3 to close out the series in MTSU's favor. In the bottom of the 6th, MT was down 1-5, but at the top of the 7th, MTSU led 10-5. Langston Galloway led the way when he hit his 2nd grand slam of the season, making the score 10-5. The Blue Raiders capped off the series with a 10-7 win. MT Baseball, now 18-16, continues to catch fire as they just notched their 4th consecutive CUSA series win. The comeback continued on the softball diamond as well. MTSU softball trailed 1-2 in the 2nd inning versus the 49ers, before scoring 2 unanswered runs and eventually escaping with a 3-2 win. Sophomore Jaya Herring led the way with 2 runs, while senior Lainey Rodriguez closely followed with 1. The Lady Raiders are now 18-25 and 5-10 in the CUSA. They'll need a strong showing in the home stretch of the season in order to get back to 500 before the CUSA tournament. The Lady Blue Raiders will host Belmont Bruins on Wednesday at 5 before playing in 3 CUSA series to close out the regular season. MT Women's Golf will be playing for the CUSA Championship this week in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. MTSU will be playing on April 18th through 20th at the PGA National Resort. The Lady Raiders come in as the number 5 team in the CUSA overall. They are coming off a 7th place finish in the Mary B. S. Koth Invitational, and they look to use that as a springboard for their push for the title. They are currently the 105th ranked team in the latest Golf Week Women's Collegiate Tennis rankings. Look out for players such as Caroline Cottle and Sophie Burks to have sensational performances in the tournament. That's all I've got here in the Sports Den. Stay classy, sports fans.
Thank you so much, Nate. And if you have electricity right now, you've likely had a lineman to thank. Before thanking a lineman, do you know what they even do? In risky conditions, often around the clock during natural disasters, to bring the comfort of power to our homes. This work places them in ditches, standing water, or on high platforms, all while working with dangerous electricity. In 2013, the U.S. Senate Resolution 95 set today as National Lineman Appreciation Day, recognizing the many hours of training, hazardous work conditions, and dedication to be on call most of the time.
Thank you for joining us for Middle Tennessee News. I'm Chrissy Jones, joined by Noah Brady today. Make sure to follow us on all of our social medias. That's Facebook/Middle Tennessee News or at Middle TN News on Twitter. We'll see you on Wednesday for our next show.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.